NFL Draft Bible on location.
Oh baby, back at it again on location here at Giants training camp with Chris and Rick from NFL Draft Bible, NUCSports.com. So today we are at Giants camp. This is our second visit here, Rick. Your thoughts about today's camp?
More hitting. The first day we were here, it was raining, it was indoors. Today was outside, longer practice. And to me, Eli Apple is the star of the camp out there. You saw him match up a couple times against Victor Cruz. Cruz could not shake him loose. And you saw him going up against some other guys too. And I don't think he gave up a reception all day long. And then on the flip side, I asked Coach McAdoo about 86 Powell. And one of these undrafted rookie wide receivers out here in training camp, Roger Lewis out of Bowling Green's been getting a lot of shine. But this guy was just abusing people in the one-on-ones and just bringing in incredible concentration type of catches. And it'll be interesting to see with the loaded wide receiver corps here if he has a chance to make the roster. If not, I would say there's some NFL teams paying attention.
I tell you, he was impressive today. Chris, so your first time at Giants camp today to see the Big Blue. What are your thoughts about Eli Apple? He was very impressive today. What did you take out of Eli Manning's practice?
Yeah, I thought, well, first Eli Apple, got to start off with the two Elis. Eli Apple, like Rick said, had a really, really great practice today. I can't recall him allowing any receptions, especially those one-on-ones against Victor Cruz, as Rick pointed out. And then Eli Manning, I thought, unlike yesterday in Philadelphia where, you had the three quarterbacks, Bradford, Chase Daniel, and Carson Wentz, and, McLeod, Bethel Thompson, if you want to throw him in there. You could tell this is Eli Manning's team. He still has a lot left in the tank, and he really separated himself from the other two quarterbacks. Now, talking about the backup job, I don't necessarily know if they feel comfortable with that or not with Ryan Nassib and Logan Thomas. I thought Logan Thomas had a pretty rough day.
I did too. He's been struggling.
But overall, the two Elis had a phenomenal day today.
Yeah, it was. So, Rick, the defense, they're starting to hit. It's getting physical out there. What are your impressions of the Giants defense, which is what they've won with previously with the Giants Big Blue D? What did you see out there besides Eli Apple that you believe is going to help the Giants this year?
Well, you can see Landon Collins emerging as a real vocal leader out there on the field. I see him stepping up and being a big-time leader on this Giants defense. And, we talked about Double O, the defensive end, and, the Giants need to really upgrade this pass rush, and they need people that can get to the quarterback. And, with JPP's thumb, the statistic was 7 quarterback sacks through his hands because he couldn't bring the quarterback down. Now, they've made a special glove for him this year, so hopefully that improves his grip. But especially with guys like JPP, guys like Double O, you heard Coach McAdoo say we're expecting a big-time role out of him this season.
I think JPP is going to come back strong this year. Last year he had that accident in July before camp. It really messed him up, not only physically but mentally. This year he's going to have a full camp under his belt leading into the first preseason game Friday night against the Dolphins. So I think JPP is going to have a solid year. He's going to come back strong. And as we continue our recap show here, Chris, any special words you want to say about your experience here today with the Giants organization? The fans were out there today, a couple thousand fans. How was your experience today at the training camp?
I thought they put on a great camp, not only for the fans but the media as well. I enjoy the way they treat the media, especially we're seeing from other organizations how tough it could really be, just to snag a few pictures, a couple videos here and there. But yeah, a great day, and I'm really excited to see what this New York Giants team does in the NFC East. It's up for grabs, and I think this team has everything that it takes to win the division.
So, Rick, where do you see the Giants finishing in the NFC East? It's open, basically. So, after coming to camp a few days and the season's right around the corner, where do you see the Big Blue finishing this year?
Well, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of new faces. Snacks Harrison out on the field today, which was refreshing to see. He's going to be counted on heavily to, him and Jonathan Hankins are going to have to really plug up the middle of that defensive line. They were so soft up the middle last season that running backs were carving them up. And I think, with Hankins and Snacks and some of these other guys that came in, Janoris Jenkins is new, Eli Apple is new, B.J. Goodson could be a new man in the middle. There's a new head coach. So it looks great on paper, but it takes time to gel. It takes time to get acclimated to your new environments. And with that being said, you look around the division, you see all the injury woes the Cowboys are having, and then you see the Eagles look like they might take a step back this year to take 2 steps forward next year. So to me, it's going to come down to the Redskins and the Giants. I truly believe that. And if the Giants can gel and put everything together, I could see maybe a rocky start as they glue this thing together. But if they hit their stride, everybody knows when the playoffs start, it's all about who's hot. This team could be right in the mix, and Victor Cruz is that X factor. I'm going into camp not expecting anything out of Victor Cruz, and anything he can provide will be no doubt beneficial to the organization.
Well, today we saw Jerry Reese at camp, the general manager of the New York Giants, and I tell you, his first 2 picks with Eli Apple and Sterling Shepard, they've been very impressive in camp so far.
And the running back Perkins, I wouldn't count him out either. I think he could make a role for himself, maybe not early on in the season, but you saw that running back competition too. And
it's loaded.
Loaded, and you got Jennings, Andre Williams, Shane Vereen are locks to make the roster, and then you got guys like Marshawn Coprich and Orleans Darkwa and some of these other guys competing. And it was interesting too. McAdoo, I asked him, there's 2 fullbacks in camp, Nikita Whitlock, Will Johnson. How do you see that competition shaking out? And he just said, we combine all tight ends and fullbacks together. We lump them together, so that's going to be a numbers game when they assemble that 53-man roster.
Getting back to Jerry Reese real fast, the last 2 years the Giants have struggled, so he's feeling a little pressure now with the media and probably for his job. With these 2 first picks will look very impressive. I think he's done a great job with the draft. Do you think it's going to produce wins on the field early for this team? Because these are still young guys who still have to learn the game and the way of life in the NFL.
It's hard to say at this point, but it's going to make or break him. You saw that first Super Bowl run when he stepped in for Corsi, that rookie class. Boy, I don't know how many years ago it was, but every single draft pick played a key role on that Super Bowl team. So I think there's a handful of guys in this rookie class that they're looking on making a big impact this season.
And he needs it, because this is a make or break year for Jerry Reese.
No playoffs, no job.
No playoffs, no job. And once again, we are here at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, with the NFL Draft Bible NUC Sports Roadshow. Oh, baby, game on.
NFL Draft Bible on location.